the electrical shops being targeted by looters in an attempt, it would seem, to get their hands on free goods, if you like. That particularly was the case in Enfield and also in Tottenham. Now getting reports of that taking place in West Ealing as well as other areas too. We have been reporting this violence has spread, particularly within the last few hours across the capital. There are, I think, some 10 areas that spring to mind that have been targeted, particularly and crucially within the last 3 or 4 hours. We're going to cross to Camden now, where the Guardian's newspaper reporter Paul Lewis is there for us. I believe we can speak to him now. Paul, you're in North London. I know we spoke to you this time yesterday when you were in Enfield. You've been doing the rounds today. You were in Hackney in the east of the capital. Just give us a sense before we talk about what's happening where you are now, about what you've seen in the course of today.
Well, I mean, we should remember that this began actually in Hackney around 4:30 this afternoon. I mean, the contagion spread from there, but it was in Hackney that in broad daylight there were clashes with police, and I think that really gave us a hint of what was to come. The fact that that was happening under the noses of TV helicopters, and as I said, so brazenly. It quickly spread from there, and I was in Hackney to see it spread to the Pembury estate, which for several hours was entirely controlled by a group of youths who set up burning barricades and essentially took over the estate. Eventually, after some really quite fierce battles with police, some hand-to-hand fights with clubs and sticks, they dissipated. And as has been happening throughout London now, crowds are disappearing, they're melting into the streets, and then they're reappearing in other locations. It's impossible to predict where next, really.
Well, you've done a good job of managing to get to the areas pretty quickly. Is there a sense, in your opinion, that there is some kind of coordination taking place there?
Well, in a limited sense, yes. I mean, people who describe this as chaos are right to do so, but, you know, counterintuitively, there is also an element of organisation, and that, I think, is twofold. One way in which it's happening is the use of BDM BlackBerry messages, and, of course, just telephone calls and text messages, where people are informing each other about other areas which are vulnerable, which are unguarded, which they can attack and loot. And then the second thing, of course, is just word of mouth. And when you hang around in the streets here, hearing some of these youths, they've got masks over their faces, they're looking for places to target. And when they come across an idea of somewhere to go, a jewellery store perhaps, or somewhere containing expensive electrical equipment, they'll tell each other. And they will move very quickly and very fluidly. And you know, I've seen it countless times now. It's often minutes, it can be hours later that police arrive and try to disperse them.
Yeah, a lot has been said about the police perhaps not being in attendance quick enough where some of these pockets of violence are erupting. Just a word, Paul, about your safety. I know that earlier on Twitter you said that one of your colleagues was attacked. Just tell us a bit more about how you've been managing to get to these areas and not really target yourself.
Well, I mean, without need to say obviously too much, you know, we're not dressed as reporters. My colleague Mustafa Khalili and I, we are being very careful what we photograph, and when we take out our camera phones, you know, people who take out their cameras and take photos of themselves instantly targets. And I've seen people attacked as a result, have their cameras taken out and snatched away and smashed. And yes, I have seen fellow journalists attacked as well. I spoke to one earlier who had his camera stolen and was beaten up. I saw another who was dragged to the ground and beaten by 4 youths before running away. I know that you at the BBC and